Hello, my beautiful air signs, my cerebral friends. Hello. Thank you so much for clicking here. I appreciate you, Libra, Gemini, and Aquarius. Thank you so much. If you were the person who's always been clicking here, thank you for doing that again. And if you're someone who's brand new, welcome to the air sign reading that I do every week here on Ten of Cups Tarot. So this week we're going to throw 9 cards. We're going to do a 9-card draw. I feel like we're going to read for... we'll read for Libra first. Of course, we're in Libra season. Happy birthday, Libra. So we're in Libra season now. So for the month, we'll be reading for you first, Libra. So Gemini and Aquarius, if you don't mind just scooting right along, I'll be with you in just a second. All right. If you do want a private read, please look below in the description. You will find a link to Wizio, which is where all my pricing is. Thank you so much. If you're someone who's already supported me doing that, thanks. All right, here we go. Libra, this is for you. This is going to be for the week ahead. Whenever you find it, it is always going to be for the week ahead for you. We're looking at the 7 Cups, Libra. We've got the 9 of Pentacles. And we've got the Knight of Wands. We have the 6 of Pentacles. We have the 10 of Wands at the center of the matter here. And we have Death. Okay, you always want to follow up the 10 Wands with Death for sure. Yeah, let's drop those damn burdens. Get them out of the way for sure. It's time to transform this energy here. It's time to move. It's time to... take the initiative to step outside the line, to step out of line. Like, I mean, I'm seeing a line of, but I'm looking this way, and I'm seeing a line of soldiers, and one just steps out front. It feels like that's what the Knight of Wands energy is giving me here. Libra, it's time for you to step out, step apart from the crowd, and be brave, because that's what the Knight of Wands is brave. Brave to take risks, brave to be impulsive. All right, we have the Lovers, we have Temperance, and we have the King of Swords. There you are. All right, we have the Queen of Pentacles in the distance here. Someone who has been waiting or thinking or trying to come to an answer of something. Someone who's been standing their ground. Standing their ground. It feels almost like deadlock or gridlock, like we're not talking, or there's silence, where somebody is holding ground here and they are thinking about it, trying to see it from someone else's point of view. Maybe you're trying to see it from the Queen of Pentacles point of view. It is Taurus, Libra, Taurus, Libra. No, it's not actually. It is Taurus, Capricorn and Virgo is what it is, this energy. This is the queen who is mimicking the Empress and who is manifesting things through already acting as though she has them in her pentacle world, and that's what makes her so abundant. All right. I say she because there's a woman on the card, but we are not reading body parts here. We're always reading energies. All right. So we have the 7 of Cups. We have the 9 of Pentacles and the Knight of Wands. Yes, it does feel like somebody is about to take a risk. Now, for some of you, it's going to be in love, and for others of you, it's going to be in business. I feel like you're going to take a business risk. I feel like you're going to move on something, like maybe there's an opportunity that you see to make more money. I think you're going to move on that opportunity. For others of you, the 7 of Cups and the Knight of Wands is what I'm picking up. So for others of you, it feels as though there might be that you're going to try and step out of your feelings or out of the overwhelm of your emotions in order to get something that you want, something that's practical. And whatever the Queen of Pentacles represents for you, could represent money, could represent someone in particular, right? A person. We have the 6 of Pentacles here, which indicates that somebody wants to sort it out. That's what it feels like. Somebody wants to sort it out and find out where I want to put my energy. Where do I want to put my love energy? The 7 of Cups is here. It's overwhelming. I don't know if I can just choose one. The 6 Pentacles being here is also you know, I will give you reciprocity, but I'm also giving to other people. There's a possibility that I'm sharing my energy in other ways as well. That, I think, is becoming burdensome for you. I think that this whole situation, whether it's become mentally, physically, or emotionally burdensome, that's what it feels like. It feels like something's got to give. You've got to drop some of these burdens. I feel like you've collected them. You've collected this, oh, I'm single, nobody wants me. You've collected, but what if I take a risk and it doesn't work? You've collected, you know, what if this person, I go to give them all of my emotions, and then they just start throwing it here, there, and everywhere, sharing their emotions with everybody. It feels like it's all becoming very burdensome. And I think that's why Temperance is here, trying to hold you up, trying to tell you it's going to be okay. Everything's fine. I'm going to make it softer and kinder. And it feels like there is somebody who's trying to let go of an old vibration to walk into a new one, but it's been hard dropping the burdens from the old vibration. We have the Lovers. We have Temperance, and we have the King of Swords. So I want to say that there is somebody that you wish to give reciprocity to, someone who you see as someone you're deeply connected to. It feels almost like the thought of giving everything, all of your emotion and all of your love to somebody who may treat it as the Six Pentacles is burdensome. I feel like there has to be some sort of healing levels that need to go on here, because I feel like this is reciprocity, and I feel as though that, you know, it seems like the other places that are getting this person's energy are legit. Like maybe they have kids that they're paying out to, or maybe, you know, maybe something has come up, you know, maybe their water tank blew and now they got to spend money there. It feels like this person is giving you reciprocity, but they're not really giving you more than they need to. They're not, it's like it's even. They pour into you the way you pour into them, but it feels like, you know, that there's a tension on other things in the background. And that, I feel, is what is burdensome here. I don't think you like that feeling. And it feels like you want to say something about it, because I think that you are trying to change. I think you're trying to drop burdens, make better decisions, say what you mean what you say, take a few risks. I feel like there's a lot of change going on in this one transformation that's happening. And I think that Temperance is here to try and keep it all balanced. Yeah, while everything is going on. So I think that also Temperance is here to... it's like it's to soften the blow, or soften the honesty, or soften the honest words. Just listening. Yeah, we have to drop these burdens first, and you must be healed, because it will affect the way you speak to others, the way you deliver information, right? It will affect all of that. It feels like Temperance knows that, right? The universe is giving you a break here, saying that trying to soften. Yeah, it feels like soften the blow, soften the way I'm going to say it. Oh. You may be having to end something with someone first in order to get to this person who I think is the one waiting in the distance, the Lover. It's the thought of somebody misusing your love energy that gives this burden energy here. Tell me about the Ten of Wands. I think it's about to come to an end. Look, I think you're going to drop these burdens. I think that they haunt you. Whatever went on back there, it feels like somebody maybe breadcrumbed you, or people haven't been all in with you. And I feel like this is something that, this is part of the burdens. It's part of the things you've been carrying around that just don't even apply to you anymore. Yeah, they happened so far back there, and you just won't let them go. I think you're going to be letting them go. Tell me about the 10 Wands. What's the burden? The burden could be money. Could be that you couldn't find someone who could give you stability. Oh, the burden could be love. There we go. So the burden that you're carrying, is that we broke up, or I never seem to get into a relationship position where I can stay there. It feels like some of the burdens that you're still holding on to are from the past. I'm single because I'm not lovable. I'm single because I don't have enough money. I feel like that when you drop those burdens, I feel like you flip the way you think about it, and I feel you start to realize that you are worth love, and you are worth the stability, and maybe that the Six of Pentacles is a perception. And when you look at Six Pentacles, it's 3 on each side, right? But maybe you saw it as being a little bit lopsided, that maybe someone was going to misuse your love, and it was probably because things that happened in the past that you're still carrying around in that 10 Wands. So I feel like when you unburden yourself, I feel that it sort of opens a door, like a key goes in the door. It opens the door, and that's what the Death card is for. It's transformation. It's not just things coming to an end. Eventually it does, right? Some things come to an end, the way you think, the way you move, maybe the way you do business, but it feels like this particular set of burdens was attached to feeling like someone didn't want you, or wasn't giving you all, or wasn't really all in. That's what that feels like that set of burdens is about, but it is coming to an end. I feel like you have your eye on someone here in the future, someone who is quite abundant, someone who is stable, and someone who is very charitable, loving, and kind. This one is mimicking the Empress. So what's changing is time. I feel like it's time. I feel like this opportunity has been traveling slowly for such a long time, but the Chariot's here to speed things up, and it feels like there is some sort of a connection or a message that is going to connect you to, whether you send it to them or they send it to you. I feel like you want to connect with this person. Why is that? You've been thinking about this person for a while, right? This is the person that you've been defensive with. And the Devil is here, and it's gotten to a level of toxicity. The Knight of Coins is here. This has just taken far too long. We've got the Knight of Coins right here. So I do feel that this person is someone who you now see their side, or see the other side of it. And I feel like you had been holding your ground on some sort of a toxic thought. And I think it is maybe a perception that you think that everybody's out to screw you, or it never works out for me. What the heck's going on, Elsie? How come everybody's got their thing and I don't got mine? It's here, but I feel like there's some work that you have to do yet, because I feel like you're still carrying around a set of burdens that don't belong to you. Look, we have the Queen, we have the Hanged Man, we have standing your ground. It's in toxicity. It's taking too long. And that's everything that's blocking you from your Four of Wands, right? There's a lot of, and maybe relationships that have come to an end for you as well. It feels like, endings of romantic things, and it's all adding up to you, my friend, not taking any chances. But the universe is saying it's time for you to do that. It's time for you to take a few more risks as it pertains to work, as it pertains to your job, how you make your money, or as it pertains to your singledom, right? Your singlehood. It's time for you to take some sort of a chance as it pertains to the 9 Pentacles. You're confident enough. You're standing in your own power. You probably are doing pretty well in terms of Pentacles. And it feels like it's time for you to take a risk, step outside the comfort zone. And I think that's the change. And that's what shortens up the time between you and this person. You need to take a risk. And I think the risk is right here. I think you're being asked to send the message. Tell me about the 9 of Pentacles, please. Yeah, it's overwhelming here. This is a soulmate. We've got the Lovers here. This is a long-term soulmate here. This is a long-term soulmate connection. Tell me who the Lover is. It could be Gemini. This is the ships that are coming in. It's somebody maybe you misjudged in the initial. Yeah, we've got Temperance here. You're both coming in Temperance. It's going to be a very healing connection. Yeah, I really do think the 6 of Pentacles in this case is really a perception for you. And I feel like you need to stop carrying these burdens. It's time to talk to somebody. And I think that you are going to do that because a message is going out. And I think it's going out to this person here. So we've got Judgment in the reverse. The ships that are coming in is Yeah, a realization that maybe I've misjudged somebody and it's time to heal that. And I think that this person that you misjudged is the lover, the person that you're very connected to, either in a love connection, it's a heart connection. We've got, both of you are feeling the same. We've got two of them here. You're both feeling like this is a soulmate connection. Yeah, but somebody's got to reach out, and you're the one with all the words. There you are. You're the king. You're the one with all the words, and the universe is going to help you keep it on the level. As long as you've got your third eye open, my friend, I think you will be okay. Just be very heartfelt with the words that you're saying. I feel like somebody's taking a big risk for the very first time in love. It's quite beautiful. All right. I'm going to go, Libra. Thank you so much for being here. And I'm going to go for now, but I'll be back because I'm always, always back. Love you guys. Bye-bye. Hello, Gemini. Thanks for waiting here for me. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. So let's get to it. I think what we're going to do is what we've been doing all week, which is the 9-card draw. Let's do that. Gemini for you, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Thank you so much for cross-watching, if that's what you're doing. This is for the week ahead. It's always going to be for the week ahead when you find it, Gemini. All right. What's coming up for Gemini, please? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Jupiter. What's coming up for Gemini? We've got the High Priestess. We've got the Ten of Swords, and the Ten of Wands is in the reverse. Someone doesn't want to put down those burdens after the ending. Somebody is living in silence, keeping to themselves, staying in their own lane after this ending, but unable to drop the burdens of it. Saw the Seven of Wands. I didn't want to fly out though. Got the Six of Pentacles, Nine of Pentacles, and the Ten of Pentacles in the current energies. In the middle of the week, next week. Something about getting reciprocity in Pentacle world. Wow. Look at that energy. The Two of Cups, the Fool, and the Lovers. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. All right. You're headed off to something quite stable, is what it feels like. A lot of stability coming in the week ahead. And Gemini, I think it's you that's about to stabilize things, because I think that you've been quiet for a very long time, keeping to yourself, and I feel like you're about to end something, that there's a Ten of Swords here. You're about to end something that has become kind of burdensome for you. You've been doing a lot of the heavy lifting here, whether it's at a job or in a relationship. It feels like you can't drop the burdens, or you feel burdened by it. You feel very heavy. It's time to let it go. Whatever it is, if it's a thought pattern even. I feel like you've been thinking about it for a long while, and because you've been thinking about it for so long, it's really become that you can no longer drop it. I want to say that in the week ahead, there's a lot of changes, it feels like, are going to come to your Pentacle world, right? Pentacles are here. So I want to say, first of all, that you're going to get some sort of reciprocal energy back from someone who you thought didn't have time for you, didn't have the energy for you. I feel that the Nine of Pentacles tells me that you are going to get reciprocal energy from someone who's possibly single. Maybe this is you. The heart of the matter is the Nine of Pentacles. So whether that's you or them, take it as it resonates. Oh, that's not you. This is you. This is them. So they are at the heart of the matter. Somebody who you see as quite beautiful and confident or handsome, someone who takes care of themselves, someone who's very in touch with themselves and very close to nature, someone who's kind to animals, someone who's very abundant. This person is looking for one pentacle. Guess where it comes from? Queen of Pentacles. Oh, yeah. There we go. The future, something that has taken a very long time to come together here is about to come together because it was supposed to. Yeah. it's got to speed up now. It's been moving way too slow for way too long. And so because it has, it's like, hurry up and wait, hurry up and wait. We've got the Knight of Pentacles and the Chariot card. Yeah, the Tower falls here, and then we have the Nine of Pentacles, which is the abundance. Look, more pentacles. I'm telling you, there's some big changes being made in your pentacle world, whether it's like somebody moving in or somebody moving out, or receiving money from somewhere possibly. But this tells me that even though it's pentacle world, it could be relationship changes, because we go from single to the Ten of Pentacles with the Queen of Pentacles, and it's because of the Tower and this thing that's been taking so long. So this feels like somebody has been waiting in the future for you. They've been waiting for you to want the 10 Pentacles. And I think you do, because there you are right there, ready to take a new jump into it. What I want to say is that you ended something with someone, I believe, or they ended something with you, and it was quite painful. And I'm sorry, but it feels like it came to a place from, it quickly went from a place from we feel each other, we're connected to each other, to we're not talking to each other. Yeah, it's like it goes from the High Priestess to the 10 Swords, and it becomes very burdensome. Either it ends in silence, or harsh words, or sharp words, or you feel stabbed in the back. You might feel deceived, or that there was deception at play here. I want to say that things have to come to an end in order for something else to begin. And I want to say that in the midweek next week, that your pentacle world is about to change in a very big way, because I think that you are about to get into some sort of long-term thing, whether that's the best job that's ever paid you a lot of money and it's going to be amazeballs, or it's somebody who is single that is coming in, and I feel like somebody's going to offer a pentacle to the other one. Somebody's coming in to give reciprocity who you thought didn't have time for you or didn't really care if you were around. I think that this person who's coming in to give you reciprocity, or who is about to give you reciprocity, whether you connect the two of you or they do, somebody here is in love here. It has to do with the Six Pentacles. Someone who's been very quiet about wanting to give you reciprocity and love. This person could be very silent, not saying anything. The High Priestess wouldn't. Yeah, that's not a person that would chase anything. This person would manifest it and wait for it. So I feel like this person is waiting for the universe to give them their shot at giving you reciprocity and love. I want to say that this came to an end and you became single, because instead of going, I feel like there's a new thing coming up here for you. The Fool. There's a new love coming up here for you, my friend. I want to say that when it comes, I think you're still feeling really burdened from the ending of something else. I think that you're really feeling heavy about the other thing that ended. But look, it's like right on time. It's the right timing to drop the illusion. Whatever this was here wasn't for you. Whatever this was here that caused this confusion and heaviness and arguments and, whatever the 10 Swords represents. It's playing on your mind, though. Something's coming together, something that has been traveling, an opportunity that's been traveling to you for years. The Knight of Pentacles is involved, and for real, we mean years. It takes a long time, y'all. You're not just saying, oh, it's a delay over the weekend. No, this can take 5 years, it can take 10 years. It's years. Yep, the Tower is here. So I feel like the Tower is here to break the illusion of time, that it never really was that distant in the future. This person wasn't ever very far from you. I think it's this person. The Queen of Pentacles is probably the one who wants to give you the reciprocity. All right. Yeah, it makes sense because this is the one who's got stability. This one is a parenting energy, mother or father. This one is the one that's single currently. So it feels like somebody is looking for something solid, a good, solid, long-term relationship here. Tell me about the Six of Pentacles, please, and the Two of Cups. Got the Emperor. Interesting, because this is the Empress in training. So what I want to say is that either you're not looking at it or you don't see it, but somebody here wants to give you reciprocity, and it feels like you're coming up as the Emperor, as the person who would be the one who is taking charge or taking the first step, because this one's practicing being the Empress, and the Empress doesn't chase. So this person's been waiting, looking at your pentacle life, waiting in the future for you, and it feels like they're waiting for you to take charge of the situation, because the Emperor is primarily masculine energy. That's the one who's going to step forward. The Aries is always the leader, and that is Aries energy. We got Pisces and Cancer here as well. So it does feel like it's some sort of a knowing that you might have that this person is going to give you reciprocity in love. I think that your gut is telling you that there will be reciprocity here if you do decide to move forward. Tell me what's burdening you. What's so heavy? Aw. Yeah, it feels like you want to be with this person. The Eight of Cups is here. I want to say this ending could have been a relationship, because the Eight of Cups is here. It could be a relationship. You know, sometimes we're in a relationship where we just realize we're kind of like on the hamster wheel. You know, you're not happy, I'm not happy. And it feels like, you know, it was the Eight Cups, but it wasn't the place you wanted to be. You knew there was more out there because you know that there's a soulmate out there somewhere. So you're off to invest in the soulmate, to find the Two Cups, which by the way is right here. So you do catch up. You do find your new beginning with your soulmate. Look, they kind of confirm each other, right? It's kind of beautiful. This energy keeps calling me back, so I'm going to clarify it. Tell me about the Tower and the Queen of Pentacles, please. It's a realization that you have way more abundance to your disposal than you ever thought you did. Whether that's money or a person or a job, it's the confirmation that you have, it's going to show you the other side of your abundance, which is also includes the Queen of Wands energy. It feels like it's an energy of coming to clean your path because of the end of something, the fear of the end. So it feels like there is a fear of the end here. And so maybe that's why we're all in Pentacles here, taking our time, taking years. I feel like you do have fear of taking action again since walking away. It's like, I feel like you got into a relationship, you kind of got into it like a little bit deep, 6 or 8 months maybe, not quite a year, maybe a year, but it's just, it didn't work out the way you want. No. The way you thought it was going to be, the solid foundation you thought you had, you don't. And it might be because the Queen of Wands might have decided to go rogue, do their own thing, not include you. And then the Ten of Swords is here. Might have been a really hard ending of a conversation as well. Tell me about the Fool, please, and the Lovers. Sometimes we hang on to things, right? That's what the Ten of Wands in the reverse is. Sometimes we really hang on to things, and it blocks us from having the most beautiful things. But we're so concerned with holding it together. We're so concerned with things never changing and holding it together that sometimes we just block ourselves instead of allowing the end to come. Yeah. Got the World card here. So it feels like there had to be some sort of a major ending for you, that you closed a chapter in your life, something came full circle, and it's time to begin again, because that's the World card. The next card is the Fool. That's how they line up, right? The ending and then the beginning. That's how it works. Sorry, I thought I dropped a card. I guess not. Oh, okay. I must have flipped one. I thought I dropped it, but I didn't. All right. So we got the Three of Wands, So the ship's coming in as a new beginning. That's what it is. After a long time of being silent or alone or by yourself or healing, it feels like that there is a new beginning here. The Lovers, that's you. I think that you are, you're going to be receiving some sort of connection with a soulmate. Yeah, the Wheel of Fortune is here. I like it. The Wheel of Fortune is here. A lot of changes. Like I said, a lot of changes are going to be happening in your Pentacle world. After a time of it moving really slowly, it's about to move a lot quicker, I think. The Wheel of Fortune is here, and it's fate and it's destiny, right? It's a lot of changes because we must have change in order to have progress. We can't just keep staying in the place that we are. And sometimes that's going to look like endings of things, right? Things end. They must end so other things can begin. There's no way you can stay in one thing and still have something else. Yeah, it must end. So because I feel like the universe has got their hand in it now, it feels like you couldn't make the decision. The Two of Swords is here. You didn't want to see the situation for what it really was. And so it feels like the universe comes in and pulls off your mask and says, look, you got something to say. You got to go do it. This is your soulmate and there is a new beginning here. Yeah. I like it. All right. Somebody thinks you're cute, or maybe it's you thinking they're cute, but somebody wants to be seen by you here. And look, I think it's a friend. I don't think this is someone you've ever dated. I don't think this is someone that you've ever had a romantic relationship with. I think that you are unhappy wherever it is that you are, and so you're walking away, but take it as it resonates. Flip-flop it if you need to. Maybe it's the other person, but the energy I think that I'm feeling is that you're walking away from something, and it feels like you're going to find the courage to connect with a friend who you're really attracted to. Yeah. I think that's what's coming up in the week ahead, my friend. There's a lot of secrets. Seven of Swords is here. Ooh, it's concealing the 9 cups. Your wish fulfillment. I think that all you had to do was find the energy, find the inspired action, find the want to move forward, to have the courage to do that. There we go. 9 of Cups and the 2 of Cups. Look at that. That's what's being concealed from you in the future. And it's about to get great. All right, I'm going to go for now. Thank you so much for watching. I do appreciate you. I am out for now. Love you all. Bye-bye. Hello, Aquarius. Thank you for waiting here for me. I appreciate you. Let's get at it. Let's take a look-see. We're going to do a 9-card draw for you, Aquarius. Thank you for clicking here if you're cross-watching, or if you are Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter, Aquarius. Please know that this is for the week ahead. Thank you for cross-watching, by the way. If you're interested in a private read, please look below. Everything you need is there, including a link to Wizio. All right, let's get 9 cards out for you here, Aquarius. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter for the week ahead. It's always going to be for the week ahead when you find this reading, no matter when you find it. All right, tell me about Aquarius, please. Tell me about Aquarius. All right. We've got the 6 of Cups. We've got the Ace of Pentacles. We've got the Queen of Swords. Interesting. Someone has something to say that is going to be... There's some information here that's going to be life-changing. It feels like it's... because I see the Ace of Pentacles is just that. Life-changing, very beginning. The abundance is there. It can become anything. Money, energy, love, whatever it is. Yeah. It is something that's materializing in the 3D, though. So in this 3D world, right, where we live. Wow. Those are some heavy hitters. Okay. Let's take a look here. We have the 6 of Cups, we have the Ace of Pentacles and the Queen of Swords. We have the 5 of Pentacles, we have the Judgment card, and we have the 8 Wands. Then we have the 10 Wands, the Death card, and the Lovers. All right. So the heart of the matter is judgment. Something is changing here. There is... some sort of a decision to be made. It feels like you're being given the opportunity to resurrect something if you should want that. The Ace of Pentacles is, if you decide to resurrect it, it will change your life. I feel as though it almost feels like you get some sort of a verbal warning, like some sort of a like a friend of a friend says, did you hear so-and-so is in town? Or I want to say that it feels like it's like a friendship group that says to you, hey, did you hear about so-and-so? They're coming back to town, or something like that. We've got the Five of Pentacles, the Judgment, and the Eight of Wands. In the midweek, it feels like it's like somebody is showing up. Like you get communication from someone who you haven't spoken with in a very long time. And it doesn't have to be for any nefarious reason. It could just be someone that you have disconnected from, right? You're on the outside looking in. Possibly you or this person were having financial issues or living in a little bit lack of scarcity, feeling like you didn't have enough, feeling like you weren't enough. I feel like it's a past energy either way. It feels like in the past energy that maybe we were friends. But we were friends, and now like it feels like we were very close to each other, but now we're sort of on the outside of each other's lives looking in. So somebody's coming back. I feel like someone's coming back to try again, whether it's in friendship or love. Somebody, I feel, is trying to get out of the space of carrying burdens and overthinking. We have the Death card in reverse. And when I see the Death card in the reverse, it feels like somebody won't let something go. It's like you're resisting the transformation or resisting change, resisting the end of something. But understand that while you're here giving yourself this block of resisting something, the Lovers is just on the other side. Like it feels like you need to make a decision to change, to transform. You need to surrender it all to the universe and say, okay, I'm willing to let something completely come to an end so something else can begin. But you're carrying some sort of a burden here. Some sort of a burden that you can't put down. Look, a lot of people live in chaos. I feel like you're going to put this down, but I feel like it depends a lot on the Death card. I'm just going to say. I feel like somebody is like holding on to old stuff. And they won't allow the transformation to happen. And there's so much happiness on the other side of that. I feel like what's holding up this reconciliation, if that's what it is, whether it's love or friends or family, whatever it is, whatever's holding up the reconciliation is that someone refuses to see that they need to change, that they need to also change. Like maybe you're thinking that it was that person and that person and that person, and it feels like you're the one that actually needs to change because you're holding up the whole foundation. Like you are the foundation of all of it. It feels like you must make the decision to change or none of this happens, right? But really, whatever's meant for you will never pass you by. It will always come back again. And it feels like you may not be ready this time. There's a possibility for some of you that you're just not ready for it. That you're still holding on to these burdens, carrying them around. And sometimes these are things we can't let go of because we didn't get to say our side, we didn't get the last word, we didn't get any closure. This could be a variety of things, right? People have taken actions against you, some of them. Maybe it's communications that weren't great. Yeah, it's an accumulation of things, right? And somebody is not wanting to put those down. So the Queen of Swords is here, and I feel like there is going to be some sort of a communication from someone that matches the description of the Lovers. We've got Gemini energy here. Gemini, Scorpio. We've got Pisces and Virgo energy. We've got Libra, Gemini, Aquarius energy. I feel like there's going to be some communication here from the Lover because the Judgment is at the heart of the matter. So there is someone who you are deeply connected to, someone who feels like a soulmate. Whether it's a soulmate friend or a family member or somebody that has been following you around from lifetime to lifetime. Take it as it resonates. Tell me about the Judgment card, please. What's being resurrected here? Emotions are being resurrected. Lots of them. Confusing, lots of overwhelming emotion. Five of Cups is sadness or regret. Wishing it turned out different than it ended up being. When I see the Five of Swords, to me, it's like we couldn't come to a consensus. We couldn't come to we couldn't come to land on the point where we could say that we could agree to disagree. It's like, no, you got to believe like me or I'm not doing it. It sounds like maybe two people couldn't decide what religion they would be or what religion they would raise their children, or it seems like fundamental differences, things that we can't agree to disagree on. Because if I lose ground, that means that you gain ground. That's the reason why we split. It's like we looked at it as if I lose ground, you gain ground, and then you conquer. Like that's sort of the idea or the mentalities that were going on. I want to say that time, the time before, whatever that was, because this is the second time or the third time, right? Somebody's coming back around. I want to say that the time before that, it feels like was a very confusing time. It was an overwhelming time. It was a time full of possibly things that were going wrong. We have some lack here, fives, right? The good thing about fives is they also represent change. When I see more than one in a reading, it represents quick change. So the Judgment card is here. The quick change is here. Maybe we are on the same page now. Maybe we will be able to successfully speak about these things again. The regret is that maybe at the time when we tried to speak about those things before, we were both in overwhelm. We were both in our feelings. We both couldn't come to a consensus because there were too many feelings involved. So we just stopped talking. But I think that whoever, your person, whether they are Gemini, maybe Gemini, we have Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy here. Just listening. These two are giving me weird energy here. It's like something is not over. It's not over. It never was over. That's why the Judgment is here. Because you thought it was over. You thought in your heart of hearts, you thought it was done. I don't think it's over. No. Okay. Tell me why it's not over. Somebody's seeing it from your side and wants to talk to you about it. Somebody who's tired of feeling stuck. They want movement. Six of Swords is about learning a lesson, taking all the communications, connections, thoughts, lessons that you had, taking them with you on the journey, but nonetheless moving forward to the calm. And somebody here feels as though they're sort of suspended or hung, like they're the Hanged Man and the Death card in the reverse. It feels like there's no movement here, right? It feels like somebody needs to do something to move it forward. And I think that the King of Swords is going to do that. We've got the King and the Queen here, right? So we've got energies that match. We've got a soulmate connection here. I feel like if you're the person who's been in silence with somebody, that somebody is about to liberate the situation or liberate themselves. They're about to say something. Queen of Swords has her sword up, right? Say, hey, over here. I got something to say. What do they want to say? What do they want to say? Wow. Somebody wants to change the friendship. Very interesting. Somebody wants to change the way we interact with each other. The Wheel of Fortune is the change. It's divine change. It's fate. And it's also abundance. And so it feels like there's an abundant friendship that's about to change, about to deepen. We're about to decide we're going to work harder on it. Got the Ace of Pentacles and the Knight of Swords. Somebody has something to say. I feel like there's an investment coming here. Somebody wants to plant that pentacle. Somebody wants to, invest. Somebody who's no longer overthinking the situation. Someone you know who it is. You do. It's in your gut. You know who it is already. What do we got here? We've got the Three of Swords. We've got the Ace of Swords. No, Three of Swords and the Eight of Swords in the reverse. We've got the Queen of Cups and the Six of Swords. There it is again. We're moving along to love from the Seven of Cups. From the Seven of Cups, there it is. From the Seven of Cups, we're moving along. The Six of Swords is going from the place that was chaotic to moving to a place that is a little bit calmer, right? The Queen of Cups. Somebody is moving towards someone they have deep feelings for. They're no longer overthinking it. I feel like we just need to face the disappointment that we had with each other. Face the disappointment, like it didn't work out last time, and it is what it is. But we have Aquarius energy with the Six of Swords. So it feels to me like somebody has decided that they are going to move on and have a conversation. It feels like the burdens that are being carried here, they could be yours, they could be theirs. Take it as it resonates, Aquarius. But we have somebody who's very heavily burdened because something is not yet closed. We're not done yet. This isn't done by a long shot, and somebody's still hanging there in the stagnancy, trying to see it from another point of view. We do have Aquarius energy here, whether this is you or them. Maybe they do as well, but we have Aquarius, Libra and Gemini, right? We have both of them here. We have the match set. I feel like somebody is about to move forward. They are no longer stuck under all of this debris. Yeah, and I think you know who it is already. This is Piscean energy. I think that you know this person wants to talk to you, and you know that they want to invest with you, but you're the one that needs to wait. Now, the Six of Cups to me is, it can be love. It can be love from another time, lifetimes ago, but it could also be family, friends, someone you grew up with. Tell me about the Six of Cups, please. This is someone who you had a commitment with, and they may have walked away, and it ended up in heartache or heartbreak. So that's the person that's coming back. So this to me feels like it's now the commitment could be friendship. Be aware of that. But the friendship, the commitment could also be a love commitment, right? Maybe we were married, or maybe we were committed to each other, and somebody pulled away, and it was heartbreaking or disappointing. This was the soulmate. So I feel like somebody wants to say something. You know, the Ace of Pentacles has shown up twice here, and it feels like somebody is ready to go to the next step, because we're going here, and then we're going to the Two Pentacles. Now, someone is ready to go to the next step. And we've got 5, 6, 7 Pentacles. It feels like somebody's been growing or nurturing, thinking about things. It's the person who's going to make communication. They could be Scorpio, Taurus, Aquarius, or Leo, which is the energy of the Wheel of Fortune. But it is time. It's destined. It's fated that this person who's got something to say is going to communicate with you, my friend. They are someone who's single, and they're ready to begin again. We've got the Page of Pentacles and the Nine of Cups. Somebody is coming to bring you the extra pentacle. So there can be 10, the long-term relationship. All right, I'm going to go. Thank you so much for coming here and watching. I do appreciate you. Hope to see you in the comments. Love you guys. I'm out for now. Bye-bye.